Hello friends, most welcome to English Advantage online classes. Friends, in this video I will be explaining to you the most important sentence correction questions. These questions are based on preposition. This is preposition part 1 and forthcoming series preposition part 2, 3 and 4 I will be introducing shortly. So this video I am preparing for the next forthcoming exams like SSC-CGL, SBI, Bank PO and other competitive exam. So this is very important and you must watch this video from beginning till end. So let us get started with these sentences. This is the first set of sentences. I was on bed when my friend telephoned me from Delhi. So in this sentence, what is the error? In this sentence, the error lies here with the use of preposition. I have to say I was in bed when my friend telephoned me from Delhi. So we do not say on bed, we always say in bed. So this is the error here. Okay, this on is wrong here. So this is how you have to solve these problems. Now let us see the next question. The madman broke the glass in 100 pieces. When you divide something and when you break something or when you translate something into something, after these words you have to use into, because there is a movement involved, and when we want to imply some kind of movement, we always use into. The madman broke the glass into 100 pieces. So this in is wrong. You have to replace this into. Okay, now let us see the next sentence. I was happy that he acceded with my proposal. Now here this particular word acceded means to agree with someone. Okay, now when you agree with someone you have to use with, but when you agree to something you have to use to. Agree with a person and agree to a thing. So here we are talking about the proposal, so here you have to use acceded to. Acceded to. This with is wrong here. You have to say acceded to. Now let us move on to the next question. This is the next question. Saint Kabir was born from humble and religious parents. This sentence seems to be correct, but there is a slight mistake here. This word born is normally followed by of. Born of. Okay, so Saint Kabir was born of humble and religious parents. This from is wrong here. Now let us move on to the next set of questions. This is the next set of question. He scoffed on the idea of starting his own business. So here the sentence want to say, or the sentence implied that he kind of made fun of him. Okay, so for making fun you normally say laughing at someone. There are two phrases, laughing at someone and laughing with someone. Laughing with someone, it means you laugh with them in a positive sense, but when you say laugh at something, this implies something very negative. Okay, you are making fun of someone. So the same thing is implied by scoffed, and scoffed is followed by at. He scoffed at the idea of starting his own business. He made fun. So scoff is followed by at. He scoffed at. He scoffed at. He made fun him. Okay. So here this scoff should be followed by at. So this is how this sentence can be corrected. These kind of mistakes that are based on preposition are very common in all competitive exams. These mistakes look very minor, but they are the most confusing ones. Okay, so you have to watch this full video from beginning to end. This is very important. The black soil is favorable for the cultivation of cotton. This is true that the black soil is favorable for the cultivation of cotton, but here this favorable word should be followed by to. The black soil is favorable to the cultivation of cotton. So this is how you can correct this sentence. Now let us move on to the question number 7th. This is question number 7th. It is no use carping with the errors of our ancestors. The sentence want to say that it's useless practice if we complain about the errors done by our ancestors. So here this word carp means to complain about something continuously and needlessly. Okay, but this carp word is followed by at or about, carping about or carping at. This word can be followed by two prepositions, carping at or carping about. So that is why this with is wrong here, and you have to say it is no use carping about or carping at the errors of our ancestors. So this is how you can correct this sentence. Now let us move on to the next sentence. Patanjali is an undisputed authority for Sanskrit grammar. Definitely you must have heard the name of Patanjali. He is very famous nowadays. Okay. Patanjali is an undisputed authority on Sanskrit grammar. After this authority, this word authority is followed by on. Authority on something. Authority for something is wrong. Authority on something. So Patanjali is an undisputed authority on Sanskrit grammar. So this is how you can correct these sentences. He is a descendant from Scindia family. Descendant means to descend means to come down. Okay. So descendant simply mean your son, your grandson, and so on. So you normally say son of somebody. I am son of Mr. Sarma. This way you say. So here you have to say he is a descendant of Scindia family. He is a descendant of Scindia family. This from will not come here. This is wrong here. Descendant of. The word descendant is followed by of. Okay. So this is how the sentence can be corrected. Now let us move on to this sentence number 10. The English commentator seems to be enamored by quotes from Shakespeare. Now this word enamored means fond of, and this should be followed by either of or with. Enamored with or enamored of. Either of the word you can use, but not by. So enamored of quotes from Shakespeare or enamored with. Enamored means fond of. Now let us move on to this sentence. He is beset by doubts and I am beset by difficulties. This word beset means troubled. Okay. This word beset means troubled. So when this word is followed by doubt, we always use by. So in this first part, this by is okay. But when this word beset is followed by difficulty, you have to use here with. Beset with. So he is troubled by doubts and I am troubled with difficulties. So here this beset should be followed by with. When you follow the word beset with difficulty, you have to use here with. Beset with difficulties. Now let us move on to this part. The company feels the buying things dispenses of the necessity to produce them. Okay. Now this word dispenses is followed by dispenses something to somebody, or you can say dispense with something. So when you say dispense with something, it means you can do without it. Okay. So here you have to use dispense with. The company feels the buying things dispenses with the necessity to produce them. The sentence means that if you buy things, you don't have to produce the things. Okay. It can dispense you with the necessity to produce them. So here you should use the word with. Dispenses with means do without. I hope you are understanding these explanations quite clearly. Now let us move on to the next set of questions. Question number 13. They could not make a very good project because the work was done out of haste. Okay. When you use this phrase out of, it means you are producing some result out of something. So here we are not talking about the result produced out of something. Here we want to say, the sentence want to imply that the result were not desired and the result were not as they were expected, because the work was done very hastily. Or you can say here they could not make a very good product because the work was done in haste. So in place of this out of, you have to say in. In haste means very fast, very quickly, or very casually, you can say. So they could not make a very good product because the work was done in haste, very casually it was done. Okay. Now let us move on to this part. A telephone is a convenience to those in constant, sorry, the spelling of need is wrong here, in constant need of communication from afar. Okay, so here you should say a telephone is a constant, a telephone is a convenience for those, because convenience is always for people. Okay, so here this is the mistake, convenience for those. Okay, and this is the mistake here, convenience for. Now let us move on to this sentence. I am sick with the entire episode of Family Feud. Okay, so this word sick is followed by either of or either with. When you say sick with, it means you are not feeling good because you are ill with some disease. So in the sense of disease, we have to use with, and when you are irritated and when you are continuously annoyed with something, you have to use here to. So I am sick of the entire episode of Family Feud, because you are irritated, because you are annoyed, you are not ill with some disease. So that is why you have to use here I am sick of the entire episode of the Family Feud. Now let us see the next sentence. Manohar Lal was discharged as there was no proof against his guilt. If there is no proof against his guilt, it means he was guilty and he should not be discharged. So that is why you have to say here Manohar Lal was discharged as there was no proof of his guilt. There was no proof of his guilt, so he was not guilty and he was discharged. But if you say against his guilt, it would mean something different. Now here let us move on to this part. I want to sell it as soon as possible as I have no use for it. So in this sentence, this word use is followed by of. Use of it. I have no use of it. I have no use of it. This is how you say. I want to sell it as soon as possible as I have no use of it, not for it. So this is how this sentence can be corrected. Now let us move on to this sentence number 18th. The approach to this part of this book is similar with that to the other part. Okay, so here in this sentence this part is correct. Here the mistake lies here. You have to replace this word with to, because similar is followed by to, similar to. So this is how you can correct this sentence. Now let us move on to this part. We cannot do business together because my opinion doesn't accord to yours. This word, you should not confuse this word with exceed. Exceed and accord are followed by different words. So my opinion does not accord with yours. This accord should be followed by with. Okay, so this is how you can correct this sentence. Now next sentence, all chief minister must be made accountable for the common man. Okay, again here this is the preposition mistake. This word accountable means to be answerable to something. Okay, so that is why you have to use here accountable to the common man, answerable to the common man. Accountable is followed by to. Okay, now let us move on to this last part. Some 2000 people have fallen victim of dengue fever in Kolkatta. Okay, it should be actually 2000, not 200,000. Some 200,000 people have fallen victim to. Either you are victim of something or you have fallen victim to something. Okay, when you say you have fallen victim, you always use to. Either you can say victim of someone or something, or you can say fall victim to something. So here we are using this word fallen. So here you have to use the word to. Fallen victim to dengue fever in Kolkata. Now again, the real friend is the one who can stand with you through thick and thin. Now this is the phrase, or you can say idiom. Through thick and thin means difficult times, hard times. Okay. So the real friend is the one who support you during the difficult time. This is what the sentence want to imply. So when you want to say this thing, you have to say stand by. Stand by, to support you even in the difficult time. Stand with is totally wrong here. You have to say here stand by. Okay. The real friend is the one who can stand by you through thick and thin. Now let us move on to this part. The political environment in the country is now conducive for economic reforms. Conducive means favorable or suitable, but this word is followed by to, not for. So this is how you can correct this sentence. Now let us move on to this part. He was unable to pass the exam even after many attempts because he was deficient on mathematics. He was weak, but he was weak what? He was weak in mathematics. Okay, so after this deficient and after proficient, you have to use in. Deficient in and proficient in. It means he was weak in mathematics. So this is how you can correct these sentences. I have included 24 most important sentences that are based on preposition, and they are very, very important for the next forthcoming exam like SSC, CGL, Bank PO, SBI clerk, NDA, CDS, GMAT, and all these competitive exams. These sentences are very, very common and very, very important. So you must watch this video multiple times to grasp all these concepts, and you must watch this video from beginning till end. This is very, very useful for you. So lastly, if you have found this video very useful for you, please like it, share it with your friends so that they can also benefit from it, and do send us your comments so that I can know how did you like it and how can I further modify it or change it for the betterment of your preparation. So thank you very much once again for watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe. Kindly subscribe to this channel. I am 100% sure, and I promise you that I will keep giving you these kind of video tutorials, because these video tutorials, we always prepare a video tutorial that are completely exam oriented and result oriented. So you must subscribe to this channel and you must watch all the videos on this channel multiple times. So thank you very much once again for watching this video, and I wish you all the best for your bright future. Thank you.